We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's just loosen up the joints a little bit. I definitely need this. Good. And let's go around the other way. Wonderful. Let's bring it up to the hips and get those hip joints loosened up a little bit. Oh, yeah. One more round. And let's take it the other way. All right. Let's go to the shoulders, elbows, and wrists a little bit, double spirals as we spin them around. We'll do about 5 of these. Go ahead and deepen your breath a little bit if you can. One more round. Good. We're going to pour the heat from the heart. Spread the feet out a little bit. Arms out to the side, and we're going to just tip it over and then stretch it down. Nothing like having your fingers go numb in this exercise. All right, let's bring it up. Tip it back to neutral. Get the feeling back in my finger, and we tip it over. Oh, and oh, we just see what we got. Good. Oh yeah, things loosen up a little bit. Good. Come up. Nice. Now, little boy prays, or the old man prays he's going to get up afterwards. Drop the nose down, then roll the back. Boom, ba boom. Oh yeah. When you get down there, hang for a few moments, then let the hands uncoil. And walk the hands out to one side. And then walk them over the other. Good. Return to the front. We're going to put our hands just above our knees and gently lift our face. Let the blood come back down. Spread out the feet a little bit so we can sway the hips and turn the head. Look behind us. Open up those ribs a little bit, intercostals. Now let's go the other way. Good. Let's return to neutral. Push the belly button up toward the sky and then unroll the back. Same way we got down. Whoo. Good. All right. Feel better already. Now, a little bit of breath work, mind and body work. Feet about shoulder width apart. And let's just take a breath. And as we exhale, let the hands descend. Let the body settle onto the feet. Quiet the body a little bit if you can. Make sure your weight is distributed evenly. And for these next few moments, just observe your breath as it enters and exits your body at the tip of your nose. You don't need to try to change it or judge it. Just be observant. Now, as you breathe in, rock back towards your heels. Exhale to the balls of your feet. We'll do that about 7 times, and I'll let you know when I'm finished. Now return to neutral. And at this moment, you can keep your arms here in the active rest position, or you can let them rise up just a little bit to your heart. Let's regulate the breath just a little to a natural breath. So I like for it to be around a 3 count in and a 6 count out. That's a little too much, then you can always have a 4 to 5 count out. But just a nice steady inhale and exhale slowly. We'll do it 9 times, and I'll let you know when I'm finished. Now let's spread the palms out a little bit toward the sky. You don't have to go very far, and certainly not so much that you cause tension unnecessarily through your shoulders. And if it becomes a little much, then just let them return back to the uh, heart position or down to the active rest. What we're going to do here is we're going to work a little bit on some imagery work. And the first thing is to have the fish bowls in your palms. Think about two small fish bowls that are about half full of water. And what I like for you to do is begin to use your shoulders and your arms a little bit just to turn your palms into some circles as if you're trying to swirl, and you can feel the water swirling in the fish bowls, just very gently. Now, I want you to keep the water swirling, but I'd like for your arms to come almost still. Guide it with your mind. Just let it keep circling. Uh, Now let them come still. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a slinky in one hand, like a golden slinky. You're going to take it with your mind, and your arm may move a little bit. Just toss it over your head and feel it stretch out, then land and begin to collect in the other palm. And then toss it back. It arches over your head and collects in the palm. Go back and forth. A couple more times. Uh, Now, what I'd like for you to do is bring the palms together. You can feel them coming closer to where the fingertips touch, just about in front of your sternal notch, top of your chest. Keeping the fingertips uh, very close together if you can. Slide the hands over to a shoulder. Then ideally, they'll drop straight down to in front of the hip. Then slide them across to the other hip. Let them pull up to that other shoulder and return to neutral. Now let's go the other way to the shoulder, down to the hip. Traverse across to the other hip. Bend back up to the shoulder. Return to neutral. We're going to let the hands spread out again, almost to basically the same position they were before. And this time, imagine as if your arms and your hands are gripping a rope and intertwined or wrapped around a thick rope to the top of a tree on each side. And use your mind and pull those trees, bend them down towards you. Pull, let the arms move in a little bit. Use your body strength. And very gently, you let the trees back up. Take a moment and a breath. Pull them back down. Taking a breath. You let them back up. One more round. Exhale, pull them down to you. Breathe in. Let them back up. Let the ropes go. Come back to a prayer hand just in front of your heart and chest. Let your palms open up. This time they're going to be facing away from you. And in front of each palm, you can imagine like a big or a truck spring or a car spring or a bed spring under each palm. And we'll do them at the same time for right now. So what I want you to do is just in your mind, use your body strength. Push in the springs. And then you let them back out. You push them in. Use your mind and your body. Your arms are going to move a little bit, and that's fine. And then you let them back out. One more round. Press them in. And then you let them out. Let's come back to our resting prayer hand. Let the arms float back down to just in front of the lower abdomen. I'd like for you to think of yourself, imagine yourself as if you were a balloon floating in the parade, like in the Rose Bowl parade, like a Daffy Duck or a Bugs Bunny. Just your body's so light, you can just float. The pressure in the little fingers and the little toes are all just the same. And what we're going to do now is we're going to hold the baby to a side. It doesn't matter which one you do first. And we're going to do a little, basically a little pumping action exercise where you're going to step out with one side and get your body back. You're upright. Everything's poised. Check yourself. You should feel this leg is loaded up and this leg is fairly empty. Okay, almost completely empty. And all I want you to do is just one little tiny movement. Hold the baby and then bend this front knee just a little as if you're pumping it. Okay, so you're going to go forward and then just bring it back. And you're going to notice, ideally, that your body here stays the same, just for that little inch. We're trying to train ourselves how to move without falling. Even though it's going to have a sensation of falling, the context of the body doesn't change. So it's not twisting out or sliding out. It's just a little pump. Do two more. Good. Now, roll the hands. What we're going to do is the same thing to the other side. So first we just hold the baby. Give yourself a little break, especially if your leg started to burn up a little bit there. And it's normal if it does because you're trying to get some strength and finding new tendons or activating tendons. Okay, same thing here. Keep the body upright and have a little flex in that knee without changing the orientation of your body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very good. Come back to your resting position. What we're going to do now is we're going to turn back to the original side, but this time we're going to be almost like in a back walking monkey posture. Okay. So we don't have to put the hands up there, but it may be helpful to do it. But if they get tired, just take them out because we're mostly focused on the lower body right now. And all we want to do is we want to get used to having everything stable and upright here. And then the first thing that's going to move is just this pumping action of the back knee. You'll see it just flex a little bit, but nothing else changes. 1, 2, 3, 1 more. Good. What we'll do is we'll turn the feet in to a people stance, and we'll carry the tiger over the mountain, and we'll be in the back walking monkey on the other side. Keep that orientation a little bit. Bend that back knee just a notch. 1. Does not have to be coordinated with your breath or anything like that. Just keep a steady flow of breath. One more time. Good. and return to our resting position. We're going to finish with just a simple exercise, and we'll do 2 parting horses main forward and then 2 coming back, okay? I mean, our 2 rollbacks on the way back. But we're going to try to emphasize what we just worked on. We're going to hold the baby. We're going to get the foot out there a little bit, and then bend that front knee without losing anything, and then slide out into the parting horse's mane. Okay. Then we're going to stay right there. Keep the torso right where it is, good and stable. Okay. Hold the baby. Bring the rear toe in, out. Pump that knee. And then when you're ready, let it slide out and finish together. Let's go ahead and do 2 more, just because I feel like we need the extra practice, or at least I know I do. Step out, pump that knee, and then slide out, parting horse's mane. We're going to do 1 more. Bring it up. Pump that knee a little bit. Slide. Put yourself in that balloon imagery again, as if you're a balloon and parting horses, man. You're just floating around in the sky. Now let your arms empty and reach up a little bit. And I want you to pump that back knee just a couple of times. Get it ready. And then roll back. If you can do this at the same time, what you're going to do is you're going to look to the other corner, and the arms are going to empty. The foot will step back, ball of the foot, heel of the foot. And now pump that knee a little bit. And then when you're ready, let everything just slide right on back. Roll back. Never in a rush. Look to the other, back to that corner. Reach up. Ball of the foot, heel of the foot. Pump that back knee just a few times. And then let it all come back. Light as a balloon. Last one, look back to that corner. Reach up. Step back. Drop the heel. Pump that knee just a little. Then slide, roll on back. Good posture, good poise. Bring the foot in, push up out to the sky, and finish a good practice. That was a solid half hour.
Yes, it was.
All right. You felt like you got some work in?
Yeah, the back leg flex is what I need to do a little more of. I can feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. That little exercise is just something that came up in my mind because it's just one of the uh most subtle transitions from stillness to movement, whether you're going forward or back in Tai Chi Chuan, that usually gets just overlooked. Even though I'll
Yep.
mention it every time we do the form. So using it like in a pumping action where you just practice that one little, I mean, like I don't even know if it's an inch, right? But just having just enough. But then when you feel it and then you let things either slide forward or back, it makes everything just so smooth. But it does take strength and stamina to do it.